for a warm Cape Breton welcome for Kitchen Party. Thank you so much.
Picture this. It's a golden summer evening, just after sunset. And you're standing on the boardwalk, looking out over Sydney Harbor with Myrtle May, your best friend in the whole world. And you're dancing. Music courses through you like waves crashing as you rock the dock. Feet free and hands to the sky. And you know she's leaving for college next month. And you know it'll be a while before you see her again. And those million daily moments that you've taken for granted will vanish like a vicar in communion wine. But that's okay, because right now, you're both submerged in the warm, comforting breath of Cape Breton in the summer. Fast forward 30 years. The boardwalk's a lot more lonely. There's no rock the dock, but there's a great big fiddle. Myrtle May hasn't been home in 30 years, but you've kept in contact through letters and emails, and you saw her 2 or 3 times when you were in Ottawa. But she hasn't been home. And her kids have never set foot on Cape Breton. Then, out of the blue, you get a message. I'm Wi-Fi.
Where we're going, we don't need Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's my downstairs tenant, Nicholas, and oh, this is my daughter, Molly, and this is Sean Paul, and this is his girlfriend, and well, I guess this is pretty well everyone.
How's that for a first taste of Cape Breton?
Oh, Donna, you've outdone yourself.
Hey, they didn't make me president of the party planning committee for nothing.
Oh, well, listen, I wasn't expecting quite the turnout. Wow, I wasn't expecting quite so many people.
Well, I wanted to make sure everybody who was important to you was here. Like, oh, what's his name there? Oh, yeah, your 5th grade teacher there, Mrs. Penny. Yeah, and Mr. Cormier, your childhood dentist.
Me, hi.
Yeah, and Mr. O'Toole, your hairdresser.
Hey, Chet.
Yeah?
Is that Mary Ann?
Looks like it.
I didn't even know she was home.
She must be back for the summer. She looks good.
What's she doing here?
I don't know. Darla must have brought her.
Don't tell her I'm here.
Pretty sure she's gonna know.
I know, but don't tell her.
Oh, yeah, Fritz there, the trash collector, and Emil, yeah, the mailman.
Is that Cameron? It looks like it. Oh, God, what's he doing here? Chet must have brought him. He looks good. Don't tell him I'm here. I'm pretty sure he'll know. Yeah, okay, but just don't tell him.
Oh, Mrs. Ishmael, remember her? She got you your first goldfish. And Mr. Finkelstein, oh, the rabbi from the synagogue we used to walk by every day on our way to school.
Oh, Donna.
So sweet.
I don't know what to say. This is just too much.
No, you haven't been home since high school. Everything has to be perfect.
Whoa! Oh!
Come on.
Sean Paul, oh, my oatcakes, my grandmother's favorite oatcakes.
I couldn't save them. They were a casualty of war.
Yeah, sure.
Did someone say oatcakes? Oh, Donna, do you remember my sister Iris?
Yes.
Of course she does. I was always bailing you two out of trouble, and looks like I'm saving the day again. It just so happens I brought my own famous oatcakes.
Really? Well, I have another batch in the kitchen. I don't think we need any more, Molly. You just go get them.
I don't want to be rude, but we should hardly compare your pithy oatcakes to mine, now that we have a choice.
Oh, I don't think we need to, but I have a feeling we're going to anyway. There's only one way to make oatcakes the way that my grandmother did.
I've tasted her oatcakes, and they were no great shakes, as tough as old coffee can lids.
You must use 2 cups of fresh rolled oats.
3 cups of Scotch oatmeal instead.
My aunt swears by rolled oats.
Tell her that without doubt your aunt has a hole in her head.
Oh, there's only one way to make oatcakes, the old-fashioned Cape Breton way. The fixins may differ as long as you give her more butter, they'll turn out okay.
More butter.
More butter. We all agree on brown sugar.
Refined sugar makes them more sweet.
1 cup of pure lard makes them firm, makes them hard.
Keep the lard in your arse, if you please.
There's only one way to make oatcakes, the old-fashioned Cape Breton way. The fixins may differ as long as you give her more butter, they'll turn out okay.
More butter.
More butter. I once knew a sweet old church lady who used cream of tartar in hers.
What blasphemy!
Isn't it?
How could you dream of it?
Must be some damn mainlander.
There's only one way to
oatcakes, the old-fashioned Cape Breton way. The fixins may differ as long as you give her more butter, they'll turn out okay.
More butter.
More butter.
More butter unsalted or salted. More butter just can't be faulted. More butter, it's always the way.
No matter what mainlanders say.
Well, I think there's one thing we can all agree on. It's not a Cape Breton kitchen party without oatcakes.
That's for sure. Myrtle, you remember my brother Donnie?
Here, over there. Yes. Oh, Donnie and Donna. How could I ever forget? He was the one all the girls had the crush on. I'm sure some still do.
How long have you played the violin?
16 years, and we call it a fiddle.
And what do they call you?
I'm Chet.
What?
Chet. It's a nickname. My real name's Daniel.
But why Chet?
Well, why not? Lots of people around here have nicknames. I mean, let's see. There's Neely Pot Neely, and there's Dynamite Dan, and oh, there's Alex the Clock right there.
Why the clock?
He's got one arm shorter than the other.
It comes from our Scottish heritage. When the early settlers arrived, there were lots of Scots, but not a lot of names. Do you have any idea how many Donald MacDonalds and Neil McNeils there are in Sydney?
And so everybody got a nickname, and they just sort of stuck. In fact, they had their annual meeting just last Saturday.
They did?
Sure did. Here come Anarchy and Coogie and Codge, Benny and Popper and Jinx. They were all getting ready last Saturday night for some kind of fancy event. They were dressed in tuxedos like shiny new dimes. The music was perfect and everything rhymed. They were going out dancing 'cause that was the night of the annual soiree of people with nicknames that took place last Saturday night. Egghead and Biddy and Buzzy were there with Beefy and Cricket and Fish. Billy and Blanny and QB and Clods and Bully and Ropehead and Midge. Although nobody knew each other's real name, they laughed and they mingled, they danced and they sang, because that's what they love to do, that's why they came to the annual soiree of people with nicknames that took place last Saturday night. So Pumpkin and Scuffles, yeah, come on, got up to the mic. Kazoo ran to grab his guitar. They all gathered round in a circle to sing, and they all placed a hand on their heart. They joined in on a chorus they all held so dear, a Victoria Road and their home in the pier. Then they all said goodbye, and I'll see you next year at the annual soiree of people with nicknames that took place last Saturday night. At the annual soiree of people with nicknames that took place last Saturday night. At the annual soiree of people with nicknames that took place last Saturday night.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, believe me, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here.
I didn't know you were home.
Well, I'm not. Oh, I mean, like, I am, at this moment. I'm not like, holographic projection or anything. I'm visiting, on a visit to see Mom. I'll be leaving soon, going shortly. I just didn't know you were here.
What brings you to the party?
Oh, Darla brought me. And you?
Chet.
Right, Chet.
I'm seeing Molly, sort of. We started recently.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, well, I
okay.
should. Welcome back.
I'm not back.
So just where's your hubby?
Always out west. You know how it is. He'll be home next week for a week before he has to head out again.
Well, you've done a wonderful job with this party, considering. It's hard managing everything without a man.
Oh, I have a man. He'll be home next week. We need some music.
But we've been having music.
No, some real traditional Cape Breton music. Did anybody bring bagpipes?
No!
Donnie, why don't you sing that Gaelic song? Alyssa.
An Inish Eye?
Yes, that's it. Would you like to hear a song about the island that you're from?
Oh, Alyssa's not from here.
Oh, her family is.
Yes, and her family did a better job about teaching her about her heritage and traditions than what you might think.
Well,
Excuse me, sir. A seat, please.
Shine and John, show down in a shoy, and in a shoy, a skill the try. Be shen a horn, a beggar's cruish, oxymul was of the own at half.
Catch 'em try anti-samrake. Catch 'em try anti-blai. Catch a spoidja, sunshine and smiaura. A barn an oven and in a shy.
Shine and one shout and in a shoy, and in a shoy, a skill a try. Be shen a one, a beggar's cruish, oxymul was of the own at half.
Is Gaelic Irish or Scottish?
Both. The Irish and the Scots each have their own dialect and accent that comes out of the root language of Gaelic, or as the Scots say, Gaelic.
Technically, they're considered two different languages.
Are you Irish?
I'm Scottish, but I'm also German and a little Ukrainian.
Lots of Cape Bretoners have mixed background. This was one of the first truly multicultural settlements in North America.
People came from all around the world to work in the coal mine and then later at the steel plant. So we have a mix of English and Irish and Scots and Acadians, but also Polish,
Welsh,
Hungarian, Syrian,
Greek.
Italian.
Lebanese, Russian.
the Caribbean, and the Philippines.
From all over.
So, people from everywhere live here, but everyone just thinks you're Irish and Scottish.
Oh, that's not even the worst of it. You want to know where most people visiting Cape Breton think they are? Newfoundland.
Well, we're similar.
Oh.
They're friendlier.
Their houses are more colorful. And they've got pretty good music.
I's the boy that builds the boat, and I's the boy that sails her. I's the boy that catches the fish and brings them home to Lizer. If your partner Sally Tibbo, if your partner Sally Brown, oh, go trilling in Morton's harbor all around the circle.
I don't want your maggoty fish. They're no good for winter. Well, I can buy as good as that down in Buena Vista.
If your partner Sally Tibbo, if your partner Sally Brown, oh, go trilling in Morton's harbor all around the circle.
I's the boy that builds the boat.
And I's the boy that sails her. I's the boy that catches the fish
And brings them home to Lizer.
brings them home to Lizer, brings them home.
She's like a swallow that flies so high. She's like a river that never runs dry. She's like the sunshine
Well, it was on this Monday morning, and the day become and fine, to the Harbour Grace excursion with the boys that had the time. And just before the sailor took the gangway from the pier, I saw some fellow haul me wife aboard as a volunteer. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh my bride. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh I say, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Me wife, she got no better, she turned a sickly green. I fed her cake and candy, fat pork and kerosene, castor oil and sugar of candy. I rubbed pure oil on her face, and I said she'll be a dandy when we reaches Harbour Grace. Me wife, she got no better, me wife, me darling dear. The screeches from her trawl ear could be heard in Carboneer. I tried every place in Harbour Grace, tried every store and shop, to find her something for a cure or take her to the hop. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh my bride. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh my say.
She said, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay.
She died below the Brandies as we were coming back. We buried her in the ocean, wrapped up in a Union Jack. So now I am a single man in search of a pretty face. And the woman that says she'll have me, I'm off to Harbour Grace. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh my God. Oh my, I think I'm gonna die. Oh me, oh my, I heard me, oh my say.
She said, I wish I'd never taken this excursion around the bay. Hey!
Honey and Bunny and Kitten and Buzzy and Soupy and Wawa and Sid.
Hi, Darla.
Hi, Alan.
Nice dancing.
Thanks, you too.
Darla. You know, that's a name you don't hear very often anymore.
Yep.
Like Darlin. My darling Darla. I bet some lucky fella'd just love to call you that. My darling Darla.
That sounds awful.
Oh,
Hey, Chet!
Hi, Alyssa.
It's Alice.
Oh, hi, Alice.
Hi, so, that's a nice shirt you're wearing?
Thanks, it's, a shirt.
Is that like a tartan?
I'm pretty sure it's just plaid.
I just got this shirt. It's my first time wearing it. I don't know if I like it. What do you think? I think I'll probably take it back. I just wanted something nice to wear to the party, but I'll probably take it back. So, what do you think? Do you like it? What do you think?
It's fine.
Go fish! So, party.
It is, indeed.
You glad you came back?
Well, you know, I'm not back.
No, but if you were, would you be glad?
Why are you talking to me, Cameron?
I don't know. You look like... Are you glad you're back?
Well, are you?
Go fish! There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Bullshit.
After a breakup, that is the last thing you want to hear. Just let me be sad for a while. Stop telling me that I should start thinking about other people and finding the one, all that crap. I will go fishing when I'm ready, so please leave me alone. My line is in, and I'm heading back to shore on my boat for a while. Just let me be. I don't need no fish.
When I was a lad in a fishing town, the old man said to me, you can spend your life, your jolly life, just sailing on the sea. You can search the world for pretty girls till your eyes grow weak and dim. But don't go searching for a mermaid, son, if you don't know how to swim. 'Cause her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale. Her face, it was a work of art. I loved that girl with all my heart, but I only liked the upper part. I did not like that tail. I signed on to a sailing ship my very first day at sea. I saw the mermaid in the waves reaching out for me. Come live with me in the sea, said she, down on the ocean floor. I'll show you a million wondrous things you've never seen before. So over I jumped and she pulled me down to her seaweed bed. And a pillow made of tortoise shell she placed beneath my head. She fed me shrimp and caviar upon a silver dish. From her head to her waist it was just to my taste, but the rest of her was a fish. Oh, the air was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale. Her face, it was a work of art. I loved that girl with all my heart, but I only liked the upper part. I did not like that tail. But then one day she swam away. I sang to the clams and whales. Oh, how I'll miss her sea green hair, the silver shine of her scales. But then her sister, she swam by, set my heart a whirl, 'cause her upper part was an ugly face, but the left of her was a girl! Her hair was green as seaweed, her skin was blue and pale. Her legs, they were a work of art. I love that girl with all my heart, and I don't give a damn about the upper part, 'cause that's how I get my tail.
Are there really mermaids in Cape Breton?
Absolutely. No, don't go telling her that. We all know the mermaids only live in the deep sea.
Cape Breton is full of folklore, like the hide behinds.
And the merwolves, the witches of Shetticamp.
But those are nothing compared to the terrors that I know of, which I've seen with my very own eyes. The fairy lights of the Myra.
When the river runs still, when the wind holds a chill, when
I don't like folk tales. People telling outlandish tales sounds a little bit too much like gossip for me.
Oh, you'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
People just need to worry about themselves.
I swear there are some prize-winning fiction novelists among us.
And it's not like it stops there. The whole community becomes one twisted game of telephone from Glace Bay to Bullingry.
When you get older, it can swallow you whole. Because no matter what you do, someone knows you did it before you even did it.
Have I participated in it? I'd be lying if I said no.
Well, I don't want to participate, but then it sucks you in like slime in your ear.
It all starts with the how are you doings and lovely weather talk. And the next thing you know, you're hearing an innocent story about a friend of a friend.
That's exactly how they keep from getting caught.
And maybe, just maybe, the same story slips out of your mouth the next time their name comes up.
And the rumors flow.
You know, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to raise the girls away from here. Just too much gossip. Excuse me? Oh, I know. People say the Maritimers are the nicest people in the world.
Maybe to your face.
But the moment your back is turned...
We should have some more music.
Yeah, break out those guitars.
People gossip everywhere.
Yeah, well, they don't relish it like they do here in Cape Breton. Here they made it an art form.
I seem to recall you being a Picasso.
Well, I'll take my share of the hogwash, but when it gets the kettle too hot, you leave the kitchen.
Oh, so that's why you left.
Oh, the year was 1778.
Oh, no.
How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. A letter of marque came from the king to the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen.
God damn them all.
I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, else at Barrett cried the town.
How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
For 20 brave men, all fishermen, who would make for him the antelope crew.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
Oh, the antelope sloop was a sickening sight.
How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
See the list to the port with her sails in rags, and the cook and stoppers with the staggers and jags.
God damn them all. I was told we'd cruise the seas for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers.
You're that Anderson boy, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Alan.
What's your father's name?
Clark.
Clark Anderson.
Yes, ma'am.
From Westmount.
From Donkin, actually.
From Donkin?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Is your grandmother Patty Anderson?
Yes.
From Donkin?
Reserve Mines, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm only asking because I saw you chatting up my niece earlier.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay. She's some looker, isn't she?
Yes, ma'am.
She's very beautiful and smart, too, sharp as a tack.
I bet.
You two would make a very fine couple, I'd say.
Oh, well,
don't you think?
Sure.
A very fine couple indeed. It's too bad you're cousins.
What?
Oh, yes. Patty and my mother were third cousins twice removed, which makes me and Patty third cousins 3 times removed, which makes my Alice and your grandmother third cousins 4 times removed.
Which makes Alice and I...
Off limits.
Frig. So.
Oh, so, party.
Yeah.
What are you doing over here, Cameron?
I don't know.
Oh, have you been drinking?
No. Yes, obviously, it's a party.
You should probably go. Molly's probably looking for you.
I didn't come here with Molly. I just said that.
Why?
I didn't want you to think I was just pining after you.
And are you?
No. Are you?
Said goodbye for the summer that, to my surprise, has turned into a lifetime. If I had known then that you were the price I'd pay, I would have stayed. So glad I didn't know, but I miss the sea, and I miss seeing you. So send me salt water, send me salt water, send me salt water, and I will cry my salty tears back to you.
Time is slipping and your face is fading, but your voice is clear.
Oh, I hear the words you spoke, those final words, as if you were here.
Don't go, I think I love you,
but I miss the sea. Tears back to you. Oh, blue nose has sailed away, leaving me behind. All I have to hold on to is a silver silhouette on a dime. The place I used to call mine is now where I vacation from time to time. But I miss the sea.
I miss seeing you.
So send me salt water, send me salt water, send me salt water,
and I will cry my salty tears.
I will cry my salty tears.
I will cry my salty tears.
Darla, did we put out enough chips? Has anyone found those friggin' bagpipes?
No!
Okay, Alyssa, how about another Gaelic song? Are you getting enough step dancing in?
Oh, Donna, it's a perfect. You're the perfect hostess.
No, I'm not. Does anyone want to take a dip in the ocean?
We've been eating. You have to wait a half hour.
Oh, that's just a myth.
Oh, well, actually, it's really late, and Alyssa's overtired.
No, I'm not. Ah, see? See, there's still so much more Cape Breton to show you. Can anyone do the Highland Fling?
No. Listen, that would be perfect, but really, it is getting late.
Late schmate. This coming from the girl who used to howl at the moon at 3 a.m. in the morning with a bottle of moonshine in one hand and a large donair in the other. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll stay a little while later, okay? But you gotta calm down.
I'll calm down when I'm dead.
Oh, God, that's what I'm afraid of.
Come on, sis, let's take a break.
Oh, come on. There's still so much more Cape Breton to show these guys. There's dancing and singing, and there's meat darts, and there's tarbish, and...
I don't understand any of those words.
Who wants to go to the bungalow? No. The bungalow. And then there's, drinking. Ooh, another fine Cape Breton tradition.
I mean, it might calm her down.
Somebody get Donna a drink.
Oh, well, Donna, it's really sweet, but you don't have to do this.
Yes, I do. It's been 30 years since you've been home, and it'll probably be that long before you're home again, so we have to get it all in tonight. Come on, everybody's always leaving this island, but not tonight. Tonight, we're here, and we're gonna have a good time if it kills me.
Whoa! What was that?
Whoops!
It's Alan.
Alan!
Oh, dear.
Alan, oh my God, are you okay? What happened?
I drank 16 cobbles for the price of one. Tried to find the courage to talk to one. I asked her for a dance, not a second glance. My night had just begun.
This is a
Well, I
party!
prayed to the Father and the Holy Ghost. I'm kneeling at the altar of my nightly post. So I'll raise a glass, not the first nor last. Come join me in this toast.
Everybody sing!
Because the old black rum's got a hold on me, like a dog wrapped around my leg. And the old black rum's got a hold on me. Will I live for another day? Hey, will I live for another day?
So I drank all of my money and I slept out in the rain.
Every day is different, but the nights are all the same. You never see the sun on the old black rum.
But I know I'm gonna do it again.
There's girls in the parlor, there's girls in the bars. They paint on the smile so you can't see the scars. They get lots of offers, not much respect
For raising 3 kids on a government check. Buy us a drink and we'll sing you a song of the chances you missed and the love that went wrong. If you can't buy us whiskey, stand us a pint. We'll knock it straight down and we'll sing through the night. Hey!
Down, boys, down, as long as there's light in the day. For you'll get no more stuff till your number is up and they lay you to rot in the grave.
Because the old black rum's got a hold on me like a dog wrapped around my leg. And the old black rum's got a hold on me. Will I live for another day? Hey, will I live for another
What do
day?
you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Lie in the morning. Way, hey.
And up she rises.
Way, hey.
And up she rises.
Way, hey.
And up she rises.
Lie in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Lie in the morning.
Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning.
Roam in the hole with the captain's daughter. Roam in the hole with the captain's daughter. Roam in the hole with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning.
Hey, woo-hoo! Way, hey,
And up she rises.
way, hey,
And up she rises.
way, hey.
And up she rises.
Early in the morning. Roam in the back of the paddy wagon. Roam in the back of the paddy wagon. Roam in the back of the paddy wagon. Early in the morning.
Throw in the lock, throw in the lock. Throw in the lock, throw in the lock. Throw in the lock, throw in the lock.
Early in the morning. Way, hey,
And up she rises.
way, hey.
And up she rises.
Way, hey,
And up she rises.
early in the morning. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the, early in the, early in the, early in the morning. Over an ocean and over the sea, beyond these great waters, oh, what do I see?
Climb from the coastline.
The hills of Cape Breton, this new home of mine.
They come from the countries all over the world to hack out the forest, to plow the land down. Fishermen, farmers, and sailors all come
To clear for the future this pioneer ground.
We are
the black pit heads, the coal wheels are turning, smokestacks are belching, and the blast furnace burning.
Burning, burning, burning. The sweat on the back is no joy to behold, in the heat of the steel plant or mining the coal, and the foreign-owned companies force us to fight for survival and fight for our rights. We are an island, a rock in a stream. We are a people as proud as there's been, in soft summer breeze or in wild winter winds. The whole of our hearts hate Breton.
Over the highways and over the roads, over the causeways, stories are told. They tell of the coming and the going away. The cities of America draw me away.
And the companies come, and the companies go,
And the way of the world we may never know.
and we'll follow the footsteps of those on their way, and we'll fight for the right to leave or to stay. We are an island, a rock in a stream. We are a people as proud as there's been, in soft summer breeze or in wild winter winds. The home of our hearts, Cape Breton. We are an island, a rock in a stream. We are a people as proud as there's been, in soft summer breezes, in wild winter winds. The home of our hearts, Cape Breton.
I remember my first trip around the trail. So, first you have the big decisions. One day or two, clockwise or counterclockwise. Once that was settled, we were off. Me and this guy from Leech's Creek. One day, counterclockwise. We stopped at every little shop along the way and had this great onion soup in shetty can. That amazing climb up Smoky and the feeling of being just a little too close to the cliff edge when we had to stop and wait for the moose to decide which way he was going. Our short but wonderful stop to feel the waves at Ingonish Beach, the way the sand gets sucked out from under your feet, and you're reminded again that you're on an island. And I remember the smell of overheated brakes on his little car as we made our way back down through the hills. We let them cool off while we explored a shieling by the side of the road. And I remember feeling so lucky that I lived here. And I still do. Oh, and I married that guy that took me around the trail, on the trail, on another trip. And we made that trip so many times after that. But we never did it in only one day again.
Hey, Chet, that looks pretty cool. What is it, like a drum?
Okay, Alice, I've been very patient thus far, and I get that you guys are like the guests of honor and everything, but this has to stop.
What are you talking about?
Okay, me and you, this could never work out. I mean, I'm like twice your age. Okay, maybe not twice your age, but old enough that it was...
What are you talking about?
I don't like you. And I get that you like me,
You think I like you?
You don't?
No.
Oh, that's a relief.
You're like twice my age.
Okay, maybe not twice your age.
And you're going bald.
What?
You're like ancient. I bet you don't even have a Snapchat.
I'm on Facebook.
Exactly.
Okay, well, if you don't like me, why have you been following me around all night?
Maybe because I thought you were interesting. You play all these instruments, so you're clearly knowledgeable. So I was like, hey, maybe I can learn something from him about where my family comes from. Nope. All I learned is that the patriarchy is alive and well in Cape Breton. Leave it to a man to assume that the underage stranger is only interested in her for sex.
Wait, what?
You're lucky no one told me the Wi-Fi, or I would be snapping this right now.
You two, huh?
What?
Cousins? I was on a date with Darla, a girl from up the hill. I thought we'd have a future full of Netflix, full of chill, till I started through her Facebook. What horrors did I see? Her family vine looked just like mine. Freak! We're cousins. Freak! We're cousins. Freak! We're cousins. The chances in Cape Breton are like 1 in dozens. Keep it in the family, kept a little close for me. It feels like fate on every date. Freak! We're cousins. So I tried again the next Sunday. I swiped right night and day, till I found a single cutie by the name of Vandelay. A name unique and foreign, chance of incest here was scant. Turns out her mother's sister is my father's uncle's aunt. Freak! We're cousins! Freak! We're cousins! The chances in Cape Breton are like 1 in dozens. Keep it in the family, kept a little close for me. It feels like fate on every date. Freak! We're cousins! This time I've been rehearsed. If you're gonna go out dating, better do your research first. I made sure her name, MacDonald, was the one from Inverness. Listen, my mother's a MacDonald from Marguerite. It's a lovely community, but completely separate genetically from the MacDonalds of Inverness. Her uncle wed my auntie, and my love life is a mess. Freak, we're cousins. Freak, we're cousins. The chances in Cape Breton are like 1 in dozens. I can't win, it's such a sin. A bachelor I'll be if I can't find a lovely lass with gentle grace and class to class, a tasteful complimentary sass, soft features and a sculpted. What? Personality. Some year I'll find a girl who's not a relative to me, but till that day I'll always say free. Free! We're cousins.
Why do you have helmets with lights on them?
My father used to work in the coal mines. So did your grandfather. Did you know that?
No?
Oh, they were pit buddies. Best friends.
What was it like?
Well, Nicholas, you used to work in the coal mines. You must have a couple of stories.
Nicholas! Rats! In a coal mine are a way of life. You like rats, don't you? Yes, you do. Good. Sometimes in the coal mine, a rat can be the best friend that you have. Now, I was working the day shift at Donkin one time, and I decided I'd check on my buddy Danny. He just started there, and I was walking down the shaft, and I noticed the light in his helmet starting to dip. Dip a little more. Dip a little more. And I knew he was dozing off. Now, the bosses were due to come around at any second for their daily inspection, and if they found him asleep, he could be sacked. So I go over to him, but then I get an idea. I go hide behind the wind block, turn my own light off, peek around the corner. He's asleep to the world. So I rub my fingernails on the back of his neck going, he jumped that high. After that, I began to carry some scraps and bits of food just to feed to the rats. Oh, Danny, he started carrying a jumbo thermos of coffee. Tales from the pit.
And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. Well, a process man am I, and I'm telling you no lie. I work and breathe among the fumes that tread across the sky. There's thunder all around me, and there's poison in the air. There's a lousy smell that smacks of hell and dust all in the air. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go, but you go.
Well, I've worked among the spitters and I
Breathe the oily smoke. I've shoveled up the gypsum and it nigh makes you choke. I've stood knee deep in cyanide, got sick with a caustic burn. Been working rough, I've seen enough to make your stomach turn. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go, but you go, but you go, but you go.
There's overtime and bonus
opportunities galore. The young men like their money and they all come back for more. But soon you're knocking on and you look older than you should. For every bob made on the job you pay with flesh and blood. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. Well, a process man am I, and I'm telling you no lie. I work and breathe among the fumes that tread across the sky. There's thunder all around me, and there's poison in the air. There's a lousy smell that smacks of hell and dust all in the air. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go, but you go, but you go, but you go, but you go.
The question that circles in my head day after day after day. That scares the absolute hell out of me.
What happens if it doesn't work out? If my parents were right, the people who I listened to were wrong.
From the time I was 9, the only thing my father told me was that I needed to get off this rock.
It drives me to confusion, happiness, insanity. Do I go?
Do I go?
Do I go?
I ask myself this every day because I know what I've always wanted. But again, fear is at my side, the thought that I'll never be good enough to do what I need to do. But I will, or else I'm stuck where I don't want to be, and I can't let myself have regrets.
Maybe he was bitter because he gave up a career to move back here and could never get a full-time job. His heart is here, but he's forever working away.
If only there were more jobs and more people and a better economy so I wouldn't feel so guilty about leaving. I want to pursue my dreams, not worry about what I'm leaving behind. I want to see the world. I want to see a contrast to the beautiful Cape Breton scenery.
Do I have to stay because my father stayed?
Do I have to leave because my father left?
I don't want to be unhappy with where I'm at anymore. It's making me sick, and I should really start listening to myself. The do side of the argument. But then I think about how hard it'll be, and, well, here I am.
I want to stay, but will I be able to make a future?
I just wish I didn't feel so guilty about having a dream.
You have no idea how lucky you are. All of you. This is what I want. This is all I want. A connection to who I am and the place I come from. No one writes songs about Ottawa. People care about things here. They care about people. I love that about the East Coast, and especially Cape Breton. I do this because my father did this, and this is who I am. I'm a fisherman's son, got fisherman's ways. I fished with my father in my young days. I learned the fine craft of the fisherman's trade, just to pass to my son so he'll do the same. The sea is my lifeline, the shore is my home. I've been to your cities, I didn't stay long. I stared at the bright lights, the dark city ways. I tell you that's not for me, no, I couldn't stay. Singing la 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 la. Some days are rough, so we roll with the waves. This living is tough, slack is the pay. But we leave with the sunrise, we wake at the dawn, singing the fisherman's song. Singing la 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 la. I'm a fisherman's son, got fisherman's blood, just hulling the lobster and jigging the cod. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone, and I'll go on singing my fisherman's song. Singing la 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 la. Singing la 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 fisherman's son, got fisherman's ways. I fished with my father in my young days. I learned the fine craft of the fisherman's trade, just a pass to my son so he'll do the same. Singing la 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 Well, you never asked. You put us in step dancing classes and told the occasional story with a glass of wine. But you never brought us here. Cape Breton is obviously such an important part of who you are. And you never told us why, but you just left.
Do you think I wanted to leave? When I left for university, I always assumed I'll be back here. But there was no jobs. In Ottawa, I had opportunities like I couldn't even imagine. I wanted those same opportunities for you.
But how can a place have no jobs?
Because they left. All the employers left. The mines ran out and the steel plant stopped running. Fisheries dried up. So what happened? They moved away. Over the overpass, out west. People from all over the world came to work in Cape Breton Island. And then what happened? The workers of Cape Breton moved away.
We're bound to cross the water. Heave away, the jolly heave away, heave away. Come get your duds in order, 'cause we're bound to leave tomorrow. Heave away, the jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, the jolly heave away, heave away. But now we're bound for old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, me jolly boys, we're all bound away. I wrote me love a letter, I was on the Jenny Lynn. Heave away, heave away, heave away, heave away. I wrote me love a letter and I signed it with a ring. Heave away, the jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, the jolly heave away, heave away. But now we're bound for old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, the jolly boys, we're all bound away. Wait. So a farewell dance you'd marry me, but how you did deceive me, heave away. You jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, heave away, heave away. And now we're bound for old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, me jolly boys, we're all bound away. Heave away, me jolly boys, we're all bound away.
After the closure of Devco, most families were forced to make the hard decision as to how to provide for them. And your father and I were among them. I don't know if you realize this, but we were poor, well below poverty line. So the call to Alberta proved too tempting to ignore. So Keith and I bought a ticket on credit, and he got on that plane with $100 in his pocket. Oh, I'll never forget that day. He was so nervous. And my little boy and girl, they were just crying as the plane took off into the air. Gosh, the first year away, we were able to get caught up in our debt and well ahead. But Keith worked himself hard, receiving promotion after promotion. And what started out as 1 year became 11 years. And Alberta took us from the proverbial rags to riches. And, well, you know, I really missed your father, but I wouldn't change a thing, nothing. If I could, I wouldn't, because it made us closer as a family. And the time we spend together is precious.
My father started going away when I was 8 years old. He was my world, my inspiration, my hero. And one day he packed his bags and he was gone. I was devastated. I was angry and confused. And I remember my father coming to me and saying, "You're gonna have to be the man of the house now. I want you to take care of your mom and sister." 3 fishers went sailing out into the west, out into the west. As the tide came in, each thought on the woman that loved him the best, and the children stood watching them out of the town. For man must work and women must weep, for there's little to earn and many to keep, and the harbor bar be moaning, and the harbor bar be moaning. 3 wives sat up in the lighthouse tower. They trimmed the lamps as the sun went down, and they looked at the squall and they looked at the shower, and the night that came rolling in, ragged and brown. For man must work and women must weep, though storms be sudden and the water be deep, and the harbor bar be moaning, and the harbor bar be moaning. I saw my dad every couple of months. He would come home for a few days, and it was like a tease, like at one of your hockey games, and it's the best feeling in the world. And then a few days later, he's gone, back to work. You never really get used to it. It just becomes a part of you. It's just something that happens.
3 corpses lay out on the shiny sand in the morning gleam as the tide went down, and the women were weeping and wringing their hands for those who would never come back to the town.
I will forever be grateful for my father going away. I had an amazing childhood, everything I ever could have wanted. But to be honest, the one thing I really wanted was my dad. I would have given up everything just to have him home, you know? There was so much that I missed out on, that we missed out on. For man must work and women must weep, and the sooner it's it's over, the sooner to sleep. And goodbye to the bar and its moaning. And goodbye to the bar and its moaning. Moaning.
We have to do something. Every year, 1,000 people leave Cape Breton. We can't keep that up forever.
We need young people.
We need all of us.
It's not fair to ask young people not to live out their potential.
Who says our potential can't be reached right here?
Oh, it's all about jobs. Bottom line, there is no work.
Well, plenty of us have work.
Well, not with the future, with potential for growth.
So we make our own work, grow our own potential.
Well, you can't
nobody seems to be doing that.
That's not true.
Maybe that's because the people who can make a difference all leave.
She's right. There'd be a lot more jobs if everyone's always leaving.
Yeah, you can't expect people to just stay here forever.
It's a vicious cycle. If the government would just
No,
step up.
that's too easy. We can't just blame the government. We have to take responsibility. Each and every one of us. This is on us.
Yeah, I think you've had enough.
I don't. It's the only thing that'll rouse us out of our complacent stupor.
Oh, yeah, just drunkenly rant and rage against the world. Yeah, that's gonna change things.
Well, you know all about change, don't you?
What?
All through high school, all we talk about was staying here, buying a house, starting a family, a German Shepherd. And then what happened? First chance you got, bam, straight to Halifax. No more fondue parties or attic bunk beds or tree houses or lighting
God,
candles.
that was you, okay? That was what you wanted.
What?
You know, it's a great dream. And I used to wish that it was mine. But it's not. You know, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Alcohol and memory do not make the best of friends.
Au contraire. Not where Cape Breton booze is concerned. Most places, sure, but here we preserve our memories in the empty bottles of last night's whiskey or beer or whatever. And those bottles get refilled, and the memories get all mixed up and turn into stories and legends. And we drink those up, too, and have more empty bottles for more memories and more stories and so on. That's why we drink so much. Most people drink to forget, but we drink to remember.
Well, there's sober men and plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. Give me a rambling rover, they Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. Well, there's many the vain enjoyment from merciless employment. Their ambition was deployment from the moment they left the school.
They came to scrape and ponder, the rest go out and squander, see the world
and roam and wander,
and they're happier as a rule.
Well, there's sober men and plenty, and drunkards barely 20.
There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl.
Give me a rambling rover, they Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. Though the night be darkest dungeon, not a star to be seen above, I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of my only love. I went up to her bedroom window, kneeling gently upon a stone. I rapped on her bedroom window. My darling dear, do you lie alone? For I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover of high degree, and when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company.
As I rolled in a May morning, bright and early, I met my love upon the way. Oh Lord, but she was early. Her boots
17 comes Sunday, and she sang a light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday. A light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday.
Where do you lay my money, wee lass? Where do you lay my honey? A wee house at the top of the hill. I live there with my mommy.
So I went to the house at the top of the hill. The moon was shining clearly. She rose, let me in, but her mother chanced to meet me. She caught her by the hair of the head, and down to the room she brought her. With the root of a hazel twig, she was the well-beat daughter.
And she sang a light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday. A light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday.
Will you marry me now, you soldier lad? Will you marry me now or never? Will you marry me, you soldier lad? Can't you see I'm done forever?
I can't marry you now, my bonny wee lass, can't marry you, my honey, for I have got a wife at home, and how can I disown her? A pint at night is my delight, and a gallon in the morning. The old women are my heartbreaks, and the young ones are my darlings. And she sang a light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday. A light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday. A light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, till Monday. A light-a-diddle-dee, to-hiddle-hunna-dee, 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 till Monday.
Oh, Donna, hi. Oh.
Hi, Myrtle May.
Oh, thank you.
For what?
Oh, for this wonderful party.
No, I failed.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, I did. I wanted everything to be perfect because it was so long since you'd been home. But no, of course, everything just turned out horrible, and the night ends up on a downer.
Oh, it was no downer. I mean, come off it. You filled it with love and oat cakes and laughter and talk. And we all know how Cape Bretoners love to talk. Oh, with rigor and discussion, gossip and dance. Oh, but it's the music, Donna. It's the music that brings us together no matter where in the world we are. Oh, Cape Breton. You were so amazing, so beautiful. There's still so much left to do.
Things we can all do.
Yes. And this party reminded me of that. Oh, Donna, I couldn't have asked for a better homecoming.
Oh, Myrtle May. And you girls got a good first hiccup of Cape Breton?
It was perfect.
It's time to go, isn't it?
Wouldn't be a perfect Cape Breton party without somebody leaving.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
Absolutely, we will.
There are little candles in the city, like pockets of really amazing things happening. I love that. It's a very special time.
Farewell to the highlands. Farewell to the north. Wherever I wander, wherever I
When the moon peeks out on Dorchester Street from a starless spread of summer heat, as the clouds cloak like shadows, it's harder to see. So I light a candle for me. When the midnight mist encircles the spread, like the questions swirling in my head, not a star can be spotted. I feel so alone. Still the candle flickers. It's calling me home. But one thought rises, almost a ghost. What if the one thing that you fear the most, the thing that's too scary, the thing that's too new, is the one thing Cape Breton needs from you?
From the roaring waves of Kennington Cove to the quiet still of Birch Grove Road, there's a shining resilience, this land, sky, and sea, and my love, Cape Breton, is calling to me. But still I wonder, still I confess, this place I've heard of, this happiness, means more than nostalgia and beautiful views. Maybe we can light a candle too. On a little rock engulfed by the sea, there's a lighthouse lantern calling me. As the stars start to flicker on seaweed and foam, as the morning rises on me and my home.